Hey, I have a big question to the listeners, and I don't know why this has never been talked in the media. I think it's an important point because I've got friends who fly fighter jets, Lear jets, 747s, all of them, because they have people in these planes or people at their fingertips they could kill, have to take a psych eval every 6 months, and they need to take a drug test randomly, if not every month. They do that, right, because they're trying to keep people safe, and they're running people.
Right.
So why is it that our leaders, why are they not taking psych evals every 6 months to make sure they're leading properly and making the correct laws? And why aren't they being forced to take drug tests so they're not high on some sort of drug while they're making these laws that affect everybody?
I understand your concern, Steve, and there's a certain logic to the argument that you're making. Here's the problem, though. The power of government is awesome, and we all must never forget that. The government is the only entity in the United States that has the power to come into your home without your permission, that has the power to shoot you dead without consequence, that has the power to imprison you for long periods of time against your will, that has the power to strip you of your assets and your wealth, and that power can be abused. So imagine if you were running for office in Seattle, say you're running for Congress, Steve, in Washington State, and Donald Trump is president, and the law says that you've got to take a psych eval and a drug test. And so Donald Trump says that you've got to go to a psychiatrist who is a Trump humper, who completely is in love with Donald Trump. And that psychiatrist flunks 9 out of 10 Democrats who come before them because they consider...
You make it an independent company that doesn't have anything to do, and you force the government to make sure that they're independent.
You can't force the government, Steve. That's the thing. That will last until Donald Trump changes the rules. I'm really reluctant to give government that kind of power.
If they do it for people who have fighter jets that they have to fly, and they do it for people who fly 747s, they do it to keep people safe. So
but they have a singular agenda, Steve. United Airlines, the U.S. Air Force, they have a singular agenda, which is keep people safe. Donald Trump, if he's president of the United States, does not have a singular agenda. His agenda is to increase his own power, and he will use any lever he can find, including the drug laws. I mean, Richard Nixon started with the drug laws on this. I see Steve just hung up. Like I said, I agree with your sentiment. I think that your point is an important one. But when we start handing that kind of power to government, I get very, very nervous.